Welcome to Knowsley Road and a capacity crowd for part two of this fourth round thriller between St Helens and Wigan. The fans were queuing 4 hours before kick-off. Many have been sadly locked out outside. 17,300 packed in here. Many Saints and Wigan exiles have travelled the length and breadth of the country to support their favourites, and the youngsters came in early to get their favourite seats on the wall. And it's nice to see those youngsters in here in this big crowd enjoying themselves. Great rivalry between these two famous Lancashire sides. Pitch in perfect order, all ready for this replay. And here comes St Helens, so brave, such courage in that 16-16 draw at Central Park on Saturday, receiving a hero's welcome, none more so than Bobby Goulding. The crowd really getting behind St Helens. Can they stop Wigan's record march? An 8th successive Wembley in prospect for Wigan. Could it end here tonight? Not so, says Henry Paul. Ronald Botica's boot will no doubt have a say, and plenty of Wigan fans travel the short 10-mile journey. Vainga to Wingamala, looks determined, Kelvin Skerritt. St Helens coach Eric Hughes has little option but to keep the side that performed so well at Central Park. He'll be hoping that Phil Beavers and Scott Gibbs continue their heroics in defence, and he'll be looking to Bobby Goulding to prompt those forwards again, as he did so well at Central Park. Wigan coach Graham West also keeps faith with the 15 on duty on Saturday, and I'm sure he'll be looking to bring Martin O'Fire more into the action. Just the one midfield dash from him that produced Martin Hall's equalising try. Wigan hold the upper hand in the Challenge Cup meetings, and would you believe it, we have to go back to 1897 since St Helens last beat Wigan in a Challenge Cup here at Knowsley Road. 11 points to 0 then. What will it be tonight? The two captains, Sean Edwards, now a veteran of 37 Challenge Cup ties, and Kiwi, St Helens Kiwi loose forward Shane Cooper. I hate to remind him, but twice a loser at Wembley against Wigan. He'd rather like to gain revenge, I'm sure, tonight. Very strong, blustery wind been blowing all day, but that won't trouble this man. Referee John Holsworth did so well in charge on Saturday. 48 years of age, and I really do think he'll need to be at peak fitness to keep up with the pace of these two sides. Steve, the atmosphere is absolutely electric, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. The St Helens supporters, you can hear them from miles away. And they're here, they're hoping for a great victory tonight.
The crowd, many of them were queuing up here hours before kick-off. And these are the fortunate ones to get in the ground. Farrell gets us underway, and a bad slip there by St Helens, allowing the ball to travel dead from the kick-off, so a drop out under the post. Bobby Goulding with a good drop, a high one, takes it right to the halfway line, picked up well by Andy Farrell. Well, good tactic there by Jonathan Neal. You can do that when the ball is dropped to the floor. The opposition can heal it. And offside already. And Kelvin Skerritt really getting stuck in here. No need for this. Skerritt was looking for bother straight away. And this really is not the sort of behaviour we want in a cup tie. We had an excellent match on Saturday for 80 minutes. And Kelvin Skerritt having to be restrained there. Bobby Goulding still punching away there in the middle. Well, passions are high, but they shouldn't be so high. Referee John Holsworth Done very well there to stop the mayhem. And Rugby League certainly doesn't want this. Both touch judges having a word, and Kelvin Skerrett looks to be going off the field. Here is the incident. Skerrett charging in. Sonny Nicol there using an elbow, but Kelvin Skerrett is being sent off for 10 minutes into the sin bin. I don't think he could believe it. He doesn't like it, but there's no question at all. He had to go, Terry.
Yes, he just retaliated to some strong tackling from St Helens. Ill discipline from Skerrett.
And Bobby Goulding joins him also.
Martin Hall's also been sent off. 2 Wigan players and 1 St Helens player off.
Well, sensations here in this opening minutes of this match. 2 Wigan players in the sin bin and Bobby Goulding, and it's Saints on the attack. Chris Joynt driving in. Wigan with only 11 men. They managed to hold out against St Helens with 11 men in the second half in a championship game on Boxing Day. Can they do it now? Sonny Nicol grasping the ball. And the penalty against Phil Clark for lying on at the play of the ball. Well, certainly Mr Holsworth decisive in these opening minutes.
Here we go, Sonny Nicol driving in hard, but Neil Cowie giving him a facial and holding down by Clark.
And really both of these sides need to calm down. You need cool heads to win a cup tie. Phil Clark calming the Wigan side down, just having a word there with Andy Farrell. And Shane Cooper doing likewise with St Helens. So it's Steve Prescott in the absence of Bobby Goulding to take the kick, and a good kick. So 2 points already from the trusty boots of that full-back Steve Prescott. St Helens in the lead, 2 points to 0. And a real pressure kick for the young man, but he's up to it. 2 points. Now, St Helens will not want to let that ball go dead, and Alan Hunt sensibly trapping the ball. The tackling, fierce. David Lyon took a knock to the head there, but play on, says referee Holsworth. Ian Pickavance, the try-scoring hero and drop goal expert at Central Park on Saturday. Sonny Nicol charging in. Wigan will be desperately defending here, Steve.
They will. They're a man down on St Helens, and they need to defend right now.
Good tackle there by Tuingamala, the 5th and last tackle to Phil Vevers. Little chip kick. Just edging Saints further forward.
He's ruled that Wigan have touched the ball on St Helens' feet here.
Well, perhaps you'll have a look at it here, Terry.
Yeah, Phil Vevers, intelligent kick, but it just clipped one of the Wigan defenders, and their head and ball at the feet.
St Helens, head and ball, Phil Vevers. Pickavance charging for that line, but that's a good tackle. Jonathan Neal calling for the ball. These St Helens forwards, they look keen, they want to get into the action. Cooper looking, I'm sure, to slip a pass inside. Good dummy, but good tackle by Botica. Cooper driving forward. Oh, Cunningham just short. And the ball was flicked out there, a knock-on. A knock-on, says Mr Holsworth.
Young Cunningham here nearly scrambling in near the try line, but the ball just flips out, and the referee has given a right knock-on.
Sean Edwards having difficulty in getting that ball into the scrum. To Henry Paul. Paul moved into that stand-off position there, sensibly takes the ball away. Edwards again. Back to Robinson. Jason Robinson creates some space on wide there, but good tackle by David Lyon. Gary Connolly. Resounding boos for Gary Connolly, but of course he was a St Helens player up to 18 months ago. £250,000 capture by Wigan. Just 5 minutes remaining on those sin bins, and let's hope they've calmed down, Steve, because you do need a cool head in a game like this.
You do. It's an important game. You don't need any of the fisticuffs.
Wigan pressing with Phil Clark. Bartica looking for a switch move. No, finds Henry Paul out wide. This firmer ground will suit the flyer Paul as opposed to Saturday, I think. To Wingamala. Strong, powerful. Always takes some stopping near that St Helens line. Sean Edwards switching the ball. Oh, he's got space on the outside. And Wigan are in. Yes, the try there from Jason Robinson. That was superb reading of the situation by Sean Edwards. Wigan had a numerical disadvantage, but Robinson had positioned himself out wide. St Helens were not alert, and the first try on the board for the Great Britain winger. But it was the Edwards pass that really made it.
Super play by Sean Edwards here. You saw the overlap emerging on the right-hand side, and a cut-out pass of magnificent proportion to see Jason Robinson in at the corner.
You'll see here on the replay, Sean Edwards, he sees that Jason Robinson's unmarked out wide and throws a long pass. It doesn't matter if you're a man short when you've got the football in your hand, you can still attack.
Botica to attempt the conversion. It was very difficult for these goal kickers, Botica and Goulding, at Central Park on Saturday. Heavy rains had made the conditions underfoot very difficult, very slippery for approaching the ball. Much better conditions here. 48 hours, drying winds. Botica then, from the touchline. Oh, lofts it beautifully between the posts. Botica. Bang on form. Magnificent effort from the Kiwi. That's the sort of form we've seen him in recent seasons. And Wigan in the lead, 6 points to 2. And as we said here earlier, it's the vision, the genius of Sean Edwards. The long pass, and Robinson just strolls in. Martin O'Fire coming in midfield. We said that Graham West would have had a word with him to try a little more tonight. Sean Edwards, Kenny Spetz, and Wigan are really firing despite being down to 11 men.
Yes, I think this has added to the resolve tonight, Ray, because they're firing on all cylinders, tackling well and running with real vigour.
Sean Edwards varying the tactics this time with a high kick. Well taken by Shane Cooper. I think Edwards was calling there to have the runners up a little quicker. Scott Gibbs making a half break. Anthony Sullivan. Sonny Nicol. And Skerritt and Hall keen to get back on the field. Just 1 minute remaining in the sin bin. Can St Helens take advantage? To Gibbs. Good tackle by Jason Robinson. He came in well on the fifth tackle. Phil Beavers weighing up the options. Chooses the high ball. Oh, superb tackle by Alan Hunt. Henry Paul never knew he was arriving. That's what you call a chase, Steve.
It was a great chase from Alan Hunt. He was behind the kicker and come through 100 mile an hour.
Swingamala. Good pass from Swingamala, and it's Wigan opening out here. Andy Farrell coming in nicely there on the outside, the young teenage second row. Sean Edwards and Dennis Petts now probing down that left flank. Good pass to Connolly. And here we see Kelvin Skerritt and Martin Hall warming up. Bobby Goulding back on. And there is Bobby Goulding. Let's hope that the head will rule the heart.
I think we'll find, Ray, that Andy Farrell is struggling with an ankle injury sustained in the last tackle he was involved with.
Bobby Goulding to feed the scrum, and St Helens certainly need him on this pitch. Phil Beavers. Chris Joynt. Plenty of pace if Chris Joynt can get a gap out wide to move through. Cunningham did so well, man of the match on Saturday, but trying just one pass too many there. Kelvin Skerritt on the ball. Clark, Wigan on the attack. Henry Paul. Kelvin Skerritt. And stealing the ball. And Andy Farrell, he's had trouble with the ankle ligaments the past few weeks. Obviously broken down in a game as intense as this. Mick Cassidy coming on. And a penalty, whilst Mick Cassidy just gets himself in the mood.
You've seen the tackle there. Kelvin Skerritt showing plenty of power there. I think you'll find it's Sonny Nicol. Yeah, Sonny Nicol grabs the ball out of his arms, and we're going to get the penalty.
Ranobotica looking for a second goal. This Kiwi will welcome any indiscretions like that from Sonny Nicol. And that's how he punishes them. Over the crossbar, and 2 points. Wigan 8, St Helens 2, and that's a dream start for the visitors, Terry.
Yes, Wigan notorious good starters, and they've seized the grip of this game, and they've got the points on the board in the first 15 minutes or so.
St Helens will be obviously, I think, kicking themselves for not taking advantage of that Wigan disadvantage when they had 2 men off. Wigan 24 Challenge Cup finals. Very proud history in this competition. Oh, and Jason Robinson making space for Sean Edwards, but a forward pass. They'll all have to come back, and Sean Edwards looks a little incredulously. You must be joking, he says to John Holsworth.
I think he is joking. It looked okay from where we are. That looked okay, that pass.
Certainly did look from this position as if it was not a forward.
Yeah, no forward for me there. It was a good break by Robinson. He's having a particularly good start, and for my money, not forward.
Bobby Goulding having a little trouble behind the scrum there to pick the ball up. Phil Beavers. Cooper. St Helens crowd getting a little irritated in midfield here. They want this ball moving out wide. Pickavance. Cunningham just held by the jersey by Neil Cowie. Steve Prescott. Well, we've had 5 tackles from St Helens. They've not gained much ground. Goulding will be looking to gain some with this. He does. Henry Paul's underneath it, and he takes it superbly. But he's well held. Good eye on the ball there, and a good kick from Goulding. But it's Wigan in the driving seat, and this is the man who's causing all the problems. He's playing like a half-back tonight.
He is. He's making holes all over the place, which they weren't doing on Saturday, the smaller men, but today they are.
And there's Martin O'Brien as well getting into the act. They've certainly been told to run at these Wigan wings. Sean Edwards now switching the play, finds Mick Cassidy. And it's Cassidy playing the ball to himself. St Helens in desperate defence at the moment, not quite picking up the pace of this game. Edwards to Connolly, he's got Botticat outside him. To Tringamala, pushes off a couple of ones, steps up that left foot. Oh, he takes some pulling down, this big man. Kelvin Skerritt. Wigan moving it on the fifth tackle. Martin afire, back to Robinson. St Helens withstand the pressure. And I'm sure they'll just drive this ball away with one tackle, as Shane Cooper does. St Helens desperate to regroup firstly.
I'll tell you what, it's not a place for the faint-hearted out there. They really struggled in defence, but to their credit, they come up and stop the try.
Holding the ankle at the play the ball.
Look, a little discipline again here. Pickavans makes a good run, but Dennis Betts is just hanging on too long with that right foot.
Mr. Holsworthy once again warned Sean Edwards. I think the next one will be in the sin bin.
Yes. Jonathan Neal not really getting anywhere with that charge, but a long time to go. Ian Pickavans. This Wigan pack certainly showing a shot more life, a lot more activity than in the match at Central Park on Saturday. 16 points each there. Goulding to Chris Joynt. A nice switch of the ball there, but Chris Joynt was looking for support. No St Helens Falcon, that's a good break by Cunningham. Moving downfield, he's got support there from Steve Prescott. He's got Sonny Nicholl with him, and Nicholl has got a gap. He's got pace. He brings Alan Hunt inside. He finds Jonathan Neal, but the ball goes over Neal's shoulder. The danger off. And it's Wigan now probing and pressing. Martin afire. Switches inside to Tringamala, but that's a good tackle.
Fantastic play from Saints, the first real attack, moving the ball around crisply and put Wigan under some solid defence.
Sean Edwards dictating play in this Wigan side, sending these forwards through. Neil Cowie, and they certainly look eager in midfield. Dennis Betts. Edwards again, nice switch of the ball to Phil Clark. Both sides keeping this ball moving at a tremendous pace. Gary Connolly has got a chance, but the ball knocked on. Just couldn't be taken, and another promising attack.
You see here they attacked exactly the same spot they were attacking on Saturday, behind the play the ball area. It's a great break by Connolly, but Sean Edwards just couldn't hang on to the ball.
And we have it confirmed that Andy Farrell is off the field with further ankle ligament damage. Shane Cooper trying to get this St Helens attack going. He gets David Lyon going down that far side, but Lyon's lacking for support. Was that a high tackle? No, says referee Holsworth. Alan Hunt quick to get the play moving. There is Andy Farrell with the ice pack. Phil Beavers missing out Scott Gibbs, straight to Anthony Sullivan. There is Scott Gibbs now. Always gains ground as this Welshman. Bobby Goulding wanting to run it on this fifth tackle to Alan Hunt. Oh, a beautiful ball, back pass to David Lyon. Wonderful imaginative rugby from St Helens. It's still in play. Still the last tackle. That's a good high kick. Phil Beavers is underneath it. He gets it to Bobby Goulding. Well, what's Goulding thinking of doing? He stopped. He stirred. Ever so casual. A superb try. St Helens gambled. They moved it around. Then they put the high kick in. Was Goulding waiting for referee Holdsworth to blow a forward pass, or was he not? Or was he really just provoking?
He seemed to be teasing the opposition there, which is a little ill-disciplined, but what a score from St Helens. The ball is kept alive at a frantic pace. Goulding starts this, feeds young Prescott, who does very well, and a lovely pass out of the back door to David Lyon. Lyon toils mercifully here to keep the ball back in the field, and it comes to that man Goulding, who puts an absolutely fantastic kick up in the air, a real up and under, and the Saints are chasing. A little bit of hesitation, Beavers takes, and Goulding's there on hand to score what is a real important try to bring St Helens back into the game.
The biggest mistake Wigan made there, not one Wigan player attempted to play at the football.
And Bobby Goulding resumes with the goal kicking, and resumes where he left off at Central Park with 2 points. So we see again how close these two teams are. St Helens 8, Wigan 8.
You'll have a look here, it's a loose ball. Now from the loose ball, Wigan relax a little bit. Goulding puts it high in the air. Now there's 3, 4 Wigan players standing around. They all watch Phil Beavers take the catch. Offloads there to Bobby Goulding, and he just can't believe his luck and saying to Wigan, come and get me.
What a powerful run there by Scott Gibbs. Tremendous upper body strength, but I think he's got a serious injury. It looks like his arm. He may have fallen badly, awkwardly on that. Oh, and that elbow could have been damaged in the tackle. He fell rather badly on that. Let's hope it's not as bad as I fear, Terry.
No, fantastic play from Gibbs. He comes away and he's pushing the players off. It's like swatting flies, but I think he could have dislocated that elbow. He looks in real anguish and pain. Sorry to see the young man go off, because they're having a good start to this game.
Well, that is a desperate situation for St Helens. He's just come back from a hernia operation, and it looks to be a dislocated elbow. He fell very badly there. Gary Connolly moving in ever closer to that St Helens line. Edwards to Wingamala. Always taking 1, 2, 3 men to put him down. This is one of the problems with this big man. He draws men around him and then gaps appear out wide. Neil Cowie. And there is Mark Elia, the St Helens sub for Scott Gibbs. On the 5th tackle, Wigan once again running it. Oh, Kelvin Skerritt, he's got the ball out to Ofire. And Martin Ofire touches down at the corner. Quick handling. Kelvin Skerritt got the ball away. I don't think St Helens thought the prop could be so nimble with the fingers, but he was. Quick movement of the ball, and Ofire grabbed his chance at the corner. Martin Ofire, try scorer.
There's a smart little run from dummy half from Jason Robinson. Offloads to Skerritt, who stands in the tackle. Quick hands from Connolly, and there's the man always on the spot, Martin Ofire, for a touchdown.
Great play on the blind side, a little switch from Robinson, razor sharp Robinson. Skerritt does well here, but it all needs to be scored by this man in the corner. Ofire.
Yes, Martin Ofire looked as if he was wondering whether that try had been scored, but there was no doubt. He got in there. And Franobotica, who tells me that he never even kicked goals in rugby union until he was 23 years of age. Didn't even kick them for his North Harbour side. Well, he certainly kicked a few since his arrival in rugby league. Botica looking to add another 2 points, and he does. Always accurate from the touchlines. Smiles on those Wigan fans, and well they might. 14-8 to the cup holders.
You see here, Jason Robinson, little jink. It was good hands from Gary Connolly here, very quick through his hands, and Martin Afire scores a try in the corner.
The loss of Scott Gibbs, Teddy, will be a huge blow to St Helens.
Yes, they have been a little bit indifferent in form in this first half, and Scotwood Gibbs is one of their better performers. They will miss him badly.
Wigan looking to punish St Helens even further. Number 9, Martin Hall. Dennis Betts trying to sell Shane Cooper a dummy, but there is Mark Elia, Western Samoan. Obviously be seeing him, I think, in the World Cup next season. On the 5th tackle, and it's Frano Botica looking for the drop goal. Oh, play on! Yes, it hit a St Helens player. Phil Clark could pick it up. One or two of the crowd and the players a little upset by that, but it hit a St Helens player. Clark was played on. It's Wigan on the attack with 6 tackles. Kelvin Skerritt charging for that line, just being held short. Good tackle there by Phil Beavers and Goulding. Neil Cowie pressing. Back to Sean Edwards and Botica. These two always at the hub of things, launching Gary Connolly again. 2 tackles remaining in this sequence. Wigan seeking to take advantage of them. Sean Edwards switching the play again. That was a good move. Edwards going for himself at the line. He's held up by Sonny Nicol. And Shane Cooper eager to get that ball away from the line. That was good defence from St Helens, Terry.
Kept out strong there, did Saints. They were tackling well, killing the ball in the tackle. Very solid defence.
Just 28 minutes gone in this Silk Cup Challenge Cup replay, and I'm sure these forwards just coming up for a second wind. Ian Pickavant and Saints really have got to haul themselves back in very, very quickly, Steve.
They have. They've got to score next. They can't let Wigan get any more points.
I think it will need a long kick here from Goulding to get play down towards this Wigan line. It is. Jason Robinson adding to Saints' troubles in midfield with these jinking, darting runs. Sean Edwards, Botica. Oh, good step by Botica. He's got pace, he's got Edwards and Connolly queuing up inside him. Connolly is going himself. Has he got the strength to do it? And he's got the strength to get over that line. A try for Gary Connolly. He was dragged over the line. His momentum took him over, and that's a try. Gary Connolly, former St Helens favourite, cost £250,000 to transfer to Central Park, strikes again. But it was the break by this goal kicker Botica that did the damage.
You'll see here, there's a great run from Frano Botica. Now he picks the slow men, the men out wide, the forwards. Sonny Nicol to run around. With his superior pace, he gets on the outside of Sonny Nicol. There's Gary Connolly inside backing up. There's Sean Edwards backing up. There's Wigan players all over the place. Now Gary Connolly decides he'll take it on himself. Now Steve Prescott gets him, then rolls him over the try line. There's no double movement there. It was a fair try.
Many often underestimate the contribution of this man in midfield, his tries, his lightning breaks like that, and above all, his goal kicking like this. So Wigan striding out convincingly here in the replay. Graham West, the coach, said to me on Saturday night that he thought his side were a little ill at ease in the first match, but certainly there's no ill at ease here. 20 points to 8, and Saints with a mountain to climb. But here we see the step from Botica, then the pace off the mark. He goes for the gap. He's got a couple of options. So has Connolly. He's got Skipper Edwards outside him, but he sets his sight on that line, and he gets there. No problem. Martin Hall, back to Botica.
I think the significant effect of the first half is that the Wigan speedy, small, darty players have been causing mayhem in the Saints' defensive line.
Andy Farrell having a runabout there, and that's a good kick. It's putting pressure on Prescott. Oh, he's lost the ball. That was a good kick. Steve Prescott took his time getting across there, possibly the ball a little slippery.
You see in the replay, there's a kick downfield by Martin Hall. It goes from dummy half in this situation. From dummy half, little kick behind the defensive line. Now Prescott, Robinson puts pressure on him and he comes up with a mistake.
But it keeps Wigan on the attack. Sean Edwards moving in across to Phil Clark. Phil Clark weaving, dodging, moving around, very fast. Put a loose forward, has played at standoff in the past. Neil Cowie, the direct method, charging in. Sonny Nicol and Peck Evans stemming the raid. Botica to Edwards, and that long pass again that's causing damage out here to Igamala, having a go himself, gets that slip pass out back inside to Robinson. Robinson still chinking, still dancing about. Oh, they're having problems putting this right wing down for Wigan. The fifth tackle, Botica. The side step of Chris Joynt. But at least Chris Joynt put too much pressure on Botica to allow him the space to drop that goal. And Twigamala with a leg injury. He's had trouble with knee ligament problems in recent weeks. Wigan will certainly not want to see that big man go off the field. Ian Pickavance. Chris Joynt. Saints seem to be attacking very, very close, Terry, around the play of the balls, not very effectively.
Not effectively, and it's one-man rugby. Not very much passing the ball in the attack here.
Oh, that was well taken by Gary Connolly. To O'Fire, having a go on his own down that left flank. In touch. Well, Martin O'Fire didn't like being picked up and dumped in touch.
Well, I think you'll find there O'Fire's been dragged out. Wigan's got the penalty there for being dragged out. Now he's changed his mind. Sean Edwards back chatted the referee, and now St Helens have got the penalty.
Just 5 minutes remaining in this first half. And Saints desperate for some points. Peckavance. But really they're driving a little too much with the forwards. It needs opening out, it needs movement. This is better. Alan Hunt coming in nicely. Just can't get away. Good cover tackle from sweeping position by Botica. Mark Elia. Saints putting some pressure on at last. Bobby Goulding to Chris Joynt. Bobby Goulding just... well, he did well to carry on there. He's a real nugget, is this scrum half. He takes some putting down. Back to Prescott. Perfectly positioned was Henry Paul. Robinson again. And cutting clean through. And it's Robinson going all the way. But well taken by Sullivan. Oh, he gets up. He flicks into a fire. And surely Sonny Nicol will never stop him. That was a sensational try. The combination of these two wings absolutely cutting St Helens to pieces in midfield. No doubt about it, Wigan coach Graham West is firing on all cylinders here tonight.
From their own 25-yard, this man Jason Robinson accelerating from almost a standing start, a step up the left and then power out of there. He's away, he fancies his chances, but Anthony Sullivan comes back to his credit, but he just pops the ball up to the wizard himself, Martin Offiah, and as soon as he received the ball, we knew this was another Wigan try.
Once again, Jason Robinson there. He gets underneath Anthony Sullivan, gets up, and there's Martin Offiah again. Sonny Nicol hasn't got the pace to catch him, and he scores a good try.
Certainly the two wingers taking the ball up more in midfield than a prop forward.
They're also finding they're running at the bigger men with Sonny Nicol and Jonathan Neal. That's who Jason Robinson run at then. Run between them with their extra pace. They got through them. And Wigan have got support all the time once they make the break.
Botica with one of those awkward goals. It's well in midfield on the 20-metre line. But he has it well teed up on that mound of sand. And he certainly looks to have his kicking boots on tonight. Approaches it from that side. And no problems whatsoever for the Kiwi. 2 more points. Wigan fans absolutely ecstatic with that score. 26 points to 8. And I don't think anyone would have forecast that at kick-off time.
I don't think anybody would have done, but you've got to realise, here's Jason Robinson again, and he offloads to Martin Offiah. The one thing, St Helens won't give up, and they have come back from bigger deficits than this.
And here's Mick Cassidy. Well, St Helens defence, certainly plenty of holes there in midfield, and Wigan taking advantage. Neil Cowie charging in there. Mark Healy just about holds him. But it's Wigan in full cry for the Saints line. To Skerritt, Clark, Betts. Good combination there between the forwards. Now out to the back, Skerritt Connolly. Martin Offiah, and that ball is being played so quickly that St Helens hardly got time to regroup. To Wingamala, still going, still driving towards that line, just short. Having problems getting up to play the ball. Back to Edwards. Oh, I thought there was a little kick on there. Edwards again. Nice pass. And Phil Clark is in. Oh, Sean Edwards. Quick thinking there. He pumped Phil Clark in with ease. It was on the 5th tackle. Edwards was thinking of having a go himself. The speed of the pass. And it's a try. St Helens in dire straits, 30 points to 8, trailing, and a goal kick to come.
Piece of magic here from Sean Edwards, feints to kick, brings Henry Paul in a very short pass, and this man has some strength and releases superbly. Edwards is on hand to zip Phil Clark in for an easy score.
Wigan coach Graham West was saying this week that he's had his side playing a lot of basketball in training. He said it was good for the handling, and certainly we saw that ball moved around there at great speed. Botica, 5 from 5. And I'm sure that this will be 6 from 6. Not the happiest of nights for those St Helens players, just wondering what they can do to stop this onslaught. from 6. And there is the half-time hooter.
You'll have a look here, some good hands. They decide to run on the last tackle. Henry Paul, an offload. There was a hit of a forward pass, but it looked okay there. The same with the one to Phil Clark. Line ball, but it's a try.
Well, an example of copybook rugby from Wigan, and the question is, what can St Helens do about it in the final 40 minutes? We have a problem here with the touch judge. It appears that someone has in fact thrown a can or thrown a coin from the crowd, and certainly we don't want that sort of behaviour. Mr. Duckworth in serious difficulties, and let's hope that some members in that crowd certainly highlight the person who did it. Well, This is bad news here at Knowsley Road. Mr. Duckworth certainly not very happy with that, but he's okay. The police, 3 of them moving into the terraces there, just making 1 or 2 inquiries. And let's hope we do find that fool, whoever it was, who threw something at the touch judge. But he's fit, he's able and ready, and just signals to Mr. Holsworth, and we get underway for the final 40 minutes with St Helens trailing by 32 points to 8 and already facing the highest score recorded against them in the history of these Saints Wigan Challenge Cup clashes. The previous one, 27-0 for Wigan at Wembley in 1989. So St Helens, they've really got to do something urgently, Steve.
They have. They've got to score as soon as possible. They've got nothing to lose now, St Helens. They've got to throw the ball around like the way they like to play the game and get on with it.
And we understand that Scott Gibbs has had the dislocated elbow put back in shape here at Knowsley Road. So let's wish him well. Sean Edwards certainly a much more influential player tonight.
Yes, Bobby Golding won the battle of the sevens on Saturday, but Edwards has been totally in command tonight. He popped up at the right time, the right place, orchestrated matters and had a very good first half.
But just less than 40 minutes remaining, and St Helens certainly with a lot of pride to pull back here. They really do need to move this ball out wide. Phil Beavers, he's trying to do that. Steve Prescott linking up. And Anthony Sullivan hobbling there, took a knock. Chris Joint. A good pass to David Lyon. He's got Alan Hunt inside him. Well, was that knocked down by Dennis Betts? No, says Mr. Holsworth. Play on. Picked up by Shane Cooper. Goulding to Ian Pickavance. Tries to keep that ball moving. Picked up by Phil Beavers. And Beavers is picked up by Tuingamala. Andy Dannett, the substitute, coming on for Jonathan Neal, gets a good pass away. And St Helens now beginning to use the ball much better. Alan Hunt beats Skerritt. Skerritt comes back. Again, good catching by Henry Paul. There is Dannett, the former Hull prop forward. Tuingamala showing the ball, moving it from hand to hand, but not moving Shane Cooper. Edwards, Kelvin Skerritt running out wide and running well out wide. To Botica, who loses it, well picked up by Sonny Nicol. And St Helens on the attack, and that was a bad tackle. Martin Hall dropping down there on Sonny Nicol.
Good move here from Nicol, powerful drive, and Martin Hall just comes in and drops his elbow down in Sonny Nicol's face.
And we've already seen Martin Hall sent to the sin bin in the first half. Mr. Holsworth just explaining to Sean Edwards that he's had 10 minutes, that the next time it will be the red card and he will be down the tunnel. So Martin Hall, not even sin bin, not sent off. A very lucky man. Andy Dannett pressuring the Wigan midfield. St Helens at last looking livelier. Pickavance. Cunningham, the slip pass to Sonny Nicol, and Sonny Nicol is over. And again, trouble between Sonny Nicol and Sean Edwards. Absolutely silly behaviour. Nicol scored the try. He should walk away. But he's coming back for more. This is indiscipline on his part. But The referee, Mr. Holsworth, doing his job here. He's bringing the pair together, having a very strong and a very firm word with them, as well he should. Telling the two of them, look, we've seen some exciting rugby tonight, let's keep it that way.
Here's a replay here. They could play the ball there. Now Cunningham offloads inside to Nickel. Now the tackle from Edwards is high around the neck area, but he scores a try and then wants to retaliate. There was no need for that. He got the 4 points. They just got to get on with the game now.
Yes, it was the feeling that Shaun Edwards had committed a high tackle on Sonny Nicol that I think that riled the Saints' second row. But as Steve said, he'd scored the try. Bobby Goulding has kicked the goal, and so St Helens are proving that they are not lying down and taking the punishment. 32 points to 14 now.
Excellent angled running here by Nicol, dropping off on the inside from Cunningham, and a powerful drive with 3 defenders on him. Unfortunately, he takes a dislike to the tackle round the neck by Edwards, and they have a little bit of a fisticuff and disagreement at that stage. But a good try from St Helens.
Botica with the kick. Oh, and St Helens running strongly now in the shape here of Mark Elia, and speeding up the play of the ball. Anthony Sullivan. Certainly St Helens come out in a much different mood, Steve.
Well, they have. It's like I said before, they've got nothing to lose now, and they've got to get on with it. That's silly, that's bad play there. He hasn't played the ball properly, just rolled it between his legs.
Sullivan here taking a good drive, but he's over-eager in his attempt to play the ball. Good decision, Holsworth.
Sullivan put the pressure back on his teammates. Well, I think many of the St Helens fans thought that was a knock-on, but not so Mr Holsworth. And Wigan settling it down now. They are in the lead, comfortably so. They don't need to move the ball around for some time. Just use these forwards as they are doing now. Dennis Betts moving in. But I sense a determination in this St Helens side. Stung into action with that high score at half-time. Skerrett. Edwards using Twigamara like a battering ram. Takes 3 forwards to put the big Kiwi centre down. On the 5th tackle, Edwards was looking for a drop goal, thought better of it. Botica with a nice little rubber kick out wide. Offside. No try. Good decision by Mr Holsworth there. Offside.
There's a nice little rubber kick in for it by Frano Botica. Now, they looked onside, but he's ruled it offside, but they knocked the ball on Henry Paul anyway. It was no try.
Bobby Goulding. Shane Cooper. Saints desperately trying to keep this ball moving around. Trying to pull Wigan in midfield, gain the overlap. Anthony Sullivan. Saints have nothing to lose. Plays it correctly this time. To Cunningham, makes valuable ground. Gets it to Chris Joint. Back to Goulding. This time to Cooper. This is good play. Sonny Nicol, he's got a gap. Oh, good tackle there by Gary Connolly. Oh, and what a silly punch by Sonny Nicol. He makes a superb break. He drives forward. He certainly aggrieved. He felt that there was a problem from Gary Connolly, but no need to punch Connolly in the eye like that.
You see here, Connolly gets him from behind, rolls over the top. Now Sonny Nicol takes offence to that. Now there's no reason for that. Sonny Nichol's lashed out at him, and he's going to come up with a penalty against him.
And Mr Holsworth moving to his pocket. There's A blood bin, it looks for Connolly, and it's a penalty for punching. And I think again, Nicol very lucky not to go into the sin bin. Certainly caught Gary Connolly behind the ear.
Nicol had a powerful drive, but in fairness to him, Connolly just does go in to interfere, but he shouldn't have retaliated like that on the right-hand side of Connolly.
Gary Connolly looking to have treatment on the sidelines. And Calvin Scaddy did well to hold on to that ball. Neil Cowie. Phil Clark doing well to take that ball down the blind side. And Paul Aitchison coming on temporarily for Gary Connolly. Good tackling there from Andy Dannett, but lying on at the tackle. Mr. Holsworth set his stall out very, very early in this game. He was not tolerating any problems at to play the ball. We can compliment the tackler, but certainly not the roaming and mauling around there.
They had him on the racks before when Sonny Nicol made that break, St Helens. 2 penalties in a row now, and they're back under pressure.
Conor Botica looking for support to offload this ball. He finds Tuigamala racing for that line. Oh, that punishing left hand off there from the Kiwi. With Wigan on the attack. Sean Edwards. Back to Mick Cassidy. Cassidy going out wide. Good tackle. Tackle from Alan Hunt. Calvin Scaddy having a charge. And suddenly, these Wigan forwards come to life again. This pace of this game really on a high. Good long pass to Botica. Oh, he's got some space. He's got Aitchison outside him. He's got that man, Martin Offiah. And Martin Offiah, when he sees the line, he makes no mistakes. Another try for the wingman, Martin Offiah, but once again it was that Frano Botica shimmy in midfield that created this space out wide for this man to use his pace.
If you just turn to the left of the screen there, it's just gone past. St Helens had 5 defenders to Wigan's 2 attackers. Now all Wigan's attacks out on their right-hand side. There's no defenders, they run out of defenders there, and it's easy for Martin Offiah in the corner.
Super team try here from St Helens. Botica again, scything through the defence. Quick hands from Aitchison, and this man just zips in for his 3rd try of the night.
And Martin Offiah, 36 tries this season and 361 tries in less than 8 seasons. And Botica hoping to keep that 100% record. And after that good start by St Helens, once more despair on the faces of Shane Cooper and Phil Beavers. The Wigan fans on the wall there, urging on the Kiwi hero. Oh, it's a good attempt from the touchline, but just across the face of those posts. So, Botica, for once, makes a mistake, but I don't think he'll be too bothered with a scoreline like that. Certainly one man who is bothered there, Saints coach Eric Hughes.
This man Botica set the try up, super handling skills, Aitchison, the pass in the right place, and there's nobody stops Martin Offiah from there.
Paul Aitchison enjoying himself in the action now, in the absence of the injured Gary Connolly in the blood bin. Dennis Betts. And suddenly Wigan pick up the momentum again. This Great Britain second row. Tremendous run. Hall looking for Edwards, and he finds him. Oh, and Edwards, a nice overhead pass, but ruled as a forward. Well, the intention was there. Sean Edwards was thinking all the time, but Mr. Holsworth ruling that it was a forward pass. It was only just.
I didn't think that was forward, Ray. I thought it was a good pass.
So, Bobby Goulding with the head and ball. Phil Beavers with not quite the pace to go through that gap. Here is one lad with pace, and Prescott. Just 15 minutes gone in this second half, and Saints have got to pick up the pace again. Cunningham. Been well policed tonight, and well, Connolly looks happy enough, not too bothered, I don't think, about coming back. On the fifth tackle, Bobby Goulding putting the kick in for Alan Hunt. Paul Aitchison just lets it bounce dead.
The referee was waving to Alan Hunt. He was offside, but he looked onside to me.
And Jason Robinson coming in midfield again, and almost getting away. Just Chris Joynt grabbing that tail end of the jersey. Skerrett, oh, and a good one-handed pass from Calvin Skerrett. Martin Hall breaking away, looks for a fire. Can't find him. But Wigan in full flow again. Sean Edwards to Botica. How many times have we said that? Edwards and Botica in midfield. Here is the Kiwi again. Back to Aitchison. He's got Cassidy with him.
I think they could well with some more points from Wigan in this period of attack, Ray.
Henry Paul electing to have a crack himself. Sean Edwards teasing, chip kick to the corner. Oh, the bounce beat everyone, bar Steve Prescott. But that was a teasing kick from Sean Edwards, tempting the St Helens cover. Twiggamala and Robinson were darting in there.
You see Sean Edwards here, pinpoint direction with this kick, lands right in the corner, bounces up, and St Helens lucky to recover. They come through the ball and make the ball dead.
And the win very much in Wigan's favour now, so all the advantage with the visitors. Edwards to Neil Cowie. These St Helens defenders just holding Wigan here by the fingertips, but Wigan piling on the pressure. Calvin Skerrett, Edwards switching these forwards well, bringing them across at angles. Desperate defence once again from St Helens. Edwards to Botica, picking up the Kiwi in midfield. Well, he ran straight into the St Helens defender. No need to move out of the way. No obstruction. The defender does not have to move out of the path. And a penalty once again at the play of the ball for holding an ankle. Shane Cooper eager to get Saints moving forward, eager to get them out of this half. To Cunningham. Sonny Nicol. Andy Dannett. Good play by the two St Helens forwards, Nicol and Dannett. Gain considerable ground, sets up the attack now. To Shane Cooper. Cooper to Chris Joynt. Chris Joynt cuts inside, gets his pass away. Back to Ian Pickavance. This is good play by St Helens. Tremendous match, full of skill, full of pace. Oh, just look at the way Henry Paul plucked that ball out of the air and still keeps it going. To Phil Clark. This game has everything, Terry.
Yes, it's a fantastic affair, Ray. And to be honest, Wigan are on some tonight, but Saints are clawing hard at their heels.
To Wingamala, sidesteps one man, beats two men. Tries to put the ball behind it to Robinson, but little did he realise that Phil Beavers was lurking there. Andy Dannett again, looking to set up the position for the Saints attack. St Helens need quick points. Pickavance. And suddenly, it's the Wigan line being tested. Onto that line side, Chris Joynt to Phil Beavers. But well held by hooker Martin Hall. Does well to get the pass away. But a knock-on. Just 20 minutes through this second half. Unfortunate knock-on there by Chris Joynt.
This is what happens when you're under pressure. You start throwing the passes that don't stick. You just try to do things that aren't on.
Ginga Swingamala coming off, and Gary Connolly returning. Kelvin Skerritt. He's got through a lot of work tonight as this prop forward, Skerritt, Steve.
He has. He's a big man. He likes the hard work up front, and he just keeps going all game.
And Neil Cowie, the Welsh prop. Dennis Betts. No foul. No. Dennis Betts felt that the ball had been plucked out of his grasp. But it was a knock-on, and that was another knock-on from St Helens. Cunningham Saints can't take advantage of the slips on Wigan's part. Here we see Dennis Betts. Well, whatever happened, the ball was lost, but there is the knock-on. It's back to Wigan.
I think there was a bit of justice there, because I think it was pulled out.
And a penalty against Shane Cooper for not packing down at the scrum. A loose forward, number 13 there for St Helens, must keep his head in the scrum. Connolly, good forceful run. And Nickel and Connolly clash again. Cassidy. A good tackle this time by Sonny Nickel. Edwards misses a couple of players out and sends Botica down that far side. Paul Aitchison, very big, powerful substitute, and held him down again. Well, he's not penalised for holding down, he's penalised for walking forward, for going off the mark, Terry.
Yes, a little bit of mayhem over there, and the referee's pulled it back to settle the game down a little bit, which I think's a good move by him.
Mr. Holsworth just having a word with Paul Aitchison, saying, look, I don't want any back chat off you, son. He stopped the clock. And Saints with minutes, seconds ticking away, desperate to get this play underway. Andy Dannett.
I think a feature of the game tonight has been Wigan's tackling. They've tackled solidly all evening, and they've stopped a lot of Saints' progression by stopping the ball.
There's another penalty there to St Helens, and they're getting on with it quick. They need to score points and score them quick.
63 minutes gone then in this Silk Cup Challenge Cup replay. Wigan in a commanding position, but Saints looking for more points. Pickavance. He shocked Wigan on Saturday. Can he do it again? Cunningham to Goulding. Shane Cooper just couldn't quite take that ball coming across at too fine an angle.
You see here Bobby Goulding coming across, got players outside, elects to go inside to Shane Cooper and just hits him in the stomach there a little bit hard, and loses the ball.
Edwards to Botica. He's certainly impressed with his running tonight from Botica, Terry.
Yes, he's been razor sharp on attack, solid on defence, and we know all about his kicking boots. He's had a good game along with the rest of the all-star back line.
Jason Robinson, the little man with a huge appetite for work. He's like one of those little dolls that you wind up on a tabletop and just let it spin and roll about, but he certainly finds the gaps. Conor Botica to Gary Connolly. Well tracked there by Steve Prescott. That was good covering by the St Helens fullback. Bobby Goulding. Alan Hunt did well to get that ball away. Cunningham. Phil Vivers.
They just haven't been organised tonight, I've sensed. They've looked a little bit disorganised around the first and second man area.
Here's one man who can organise around the play of the ball area, Bobby Goulding. Great competitor, never gives up. Chris Joynt with a kick and a chase. Oh, Paul Aitchison has trouble there, and Mr Holsworth ruling that he was tackled over the try line. So that will keep St Helens on the attack. A drop out beneath the post for Wigan, and a good kick and chase there by Chris Joynt.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pace for a big man, Chris Joynt. Puts a little chip behind Wigan's defence. Aitchison just fumbles a little bit there, then dives on it, and then great follow his kick well and take him in the goal in touching goal.
I think Chris Joynt has been the outstanding player in the St Helens pack tonight.
Botica. Easily picked up there by Phil Vivers, the player from Souths in Brisbane. And Shane Cooper, also from 12,000 miles away, Mount Albert in Auckland. Oh, that was offside. Misunderstanding there between Kieran Cunningham and Mark Elia. And Saints, when they're making progress, they're putting slips on like this, Steve, aren't they?
They are. They're panicked now. They're playing panic rugby, and that's what happens. You keep coming out with mistakes all the time.
Of course, they've got a lot of points to catch up.
They have, but if you look at it realistically, when Sonny Nicol made that break, the quick play the ball, they'd have scored. Instead, he gave a penalty away, and then Wigan scored not long after, and put them within 12 points of Wigan if they score then.
Betts, Bill Clark. Plenty of running in these two Wigan internationals, Betts and Clark. And plenty of running in this man, Gary Connolly. Martin O'Fire, stepping off that left foot, looking for a gap that would take him through. Oh, and that would have been a high tackle if that had connected. Martin O'Fire has taken a knock. Here we see O'Fire striding in. Ow, and Shane Cooper going very high there.
I think his chest's in a funny place there, Martin O'Fire's. It definitely looked a high tackle.
I think he also made a meal of it, Ray, and to be honest, Mr Holsworth has seen through his antics there.
Well, Mr Holsworth accusing Martin O'Fire of milking the situation, that Shane Cooper never connected, and that Martin O'Fire was playing for a penalty. So, St Helens put once again on the attack. Just 11 minutes remaining in this clash between the great Derby rivals. Sonny Nicol couldn't get that ball away. Good clamping of the ball by Gary Connolly. Sensible play. But still Saints moving it across field to Steve Prescott. Cunningham. Mr Holsworth keeping Wigan back on that 10-metre line. Chris Joynt. Well, that was knocked down, surely. And that looked like offside, surely. Mr Holsworth ruling at the first knock-on. And head and ball to St Helens.
Here's Chris Joint there. He's looking to offload there, but Henry Paul just gets a hand to it, knocks it to the ground, falls on it, and knock on.
Anthony Sullivan doing well to come in there in the stand-off position, inject a little pace, and Saints switching it back to Shane Cooper. Cooper with the dummy looking for support. He's got Chris Joint, and Chris Joint is there. That was a good try. It was well worked. It was moved back to that blind side. Obviously a set move, and Chris Joint, who's deserved that for his effort and his running all night, was on hand for the short pass. Well worked try.
One of the few moves that St Helens have successfully implemented tonight. Switch down the blind side. Shane Cooper, good footballer, dummy, slips bets, and in comes Joint at pace for a good score.
And there is the kick from Bobby Goulding. So that brings St Helens back into contention. St Helens 20, Wigan 36. And is there time for St Helens yet to provide a shock?
Well, it only takes about 9-10 seconds to get from one end of the field to the other. There's always hope. There's Chris Joint just barging over close to the line and gets it down.
Saints will need to get down to the other end of this field as quickly as possible. 36-20, 10 minutes remaining. 16 points the difference. Cunningham coming away and doing well to get that ball back. Shane Cooper beginning to set up movement now. Oh, David Lyon using the dummy. It's Lyon going for that line, but a good tackle by Martin of Fire. And suddenly it's Wigan who appear to be tiring. Sonny Nicol driving in, crashes to that line. A foot from the Wigan line. David Lyon to receive. Out to Chris Joint. Joints can't get his pass away. That was a good tackle by Mick Cassidy. A try-saving tackle. But it's Goulding once again to Pickavance. And Pickavance is over. And suddenly this game comes to life again. Pickavance in for a try. And St Helens sense there could be an upset on the cards. Wigan racing away with this game. Now only leading 36-24, and the Goulding conversion attempt to come.
Here we go again. Bobby Goulding, clever play here. Wigan's waiting for the kick. He dummies the kick, offloads to Pickavance out wide, and he goes over. Strong run from Pickavance and puts the ball down over the whitewash.
Good angle running here from St Helens again. Goulding to Pickavance. Two good players, and Pickavance's strength takes him over.
And Bobby Goulding with the conversion attempt. Oh, so near, hits the upright, bounces out. The conversion missed.
You're asking before whether there's time. There's always plenty of time. It doesn't take so long to get from one end of the field to the other.
7 minutes remaining. 36 points to 24 for Wigan. St Helens playing rugby for dear life. Mark Elia. And Tuingamala looks to be coming back into the fray. I think Wigan will need him. Shane Cooper, Sonny Nicol, back to David Lyon, and it's St Helens attacking down this side. Some good runs by David Lyon in this second half. Saints on the attack to Shane Cooper. It's Cooper moving at the heart of this Wigan defence. Chris Joint to Cooper again. Goulding with the high kick. Alan Hunt's underneath it. So is Martin of Fire. That was well taken by a Fire. Oh, and that was superb rugby from the wingman. That was copybook stuff.
Oh, that was unbelievable. That to take it on he's flat out running, took the ball, and then gets out of his in-goal area when there was plenty of defenders there.
And I think he needs a rest. Henry Paul taking a knock. Certainly a tribute to the fitness of both these sides that we have 2 80 minutes like this within a few days of each other. John Edwards launching Botica again down his near side. Oh, magnificent dummy by Botica. He's going to take Prescott on himself. He can't get away. He had Sean Edwards inside him. He certainly took the wrong option, but it puts Twingamala on the attack. He's pounding towards that line. Back to Clark, to Connolly. The long pass out to Henry Paul, and Henry Paul is in at the corner. Sensational rugby. Absolutely magnificent try. There was a mixture there of power, of pace, of style, and Henry Paul, the Kiwi, surely finishing St Helens off in the corner.
Just when St Helens were coming back into the game, up stepped Botica, Twingamala and the rest of the Wigan side just to put the final culmination of this game. Super play there, quick hands from Clark, back on Connolly, and a miss-out pass again. Great exponents of this, and Henry Paul strolls in. Great try.
You see here, Henry Paul's a good try, but it was a great pass from Gary Connolly from the goal post to the touchline.
Well, replays between these two sides, any games between these two sides are something special, but I really do think we've seen a match that would have graced Wembley. And Frano Botica. Botica with the kick. Again, just fades away from the pulse. But that try surely put an end to St Helens' hopes. 40 points to 24 now for Wigan.
Fantastic handling from Wigan yet again. Twingamala set the position up with a strong, bustling run, but then crisp hands, respectively Clark, pass ball from Connolly, and Henry Paul. He's had a good game, this guy. Good try.
And St Helens are still not done. Alan Hunt there, racing for the line. One or two of their supporters were leaving for the exits. They thought the match was over. But the St Helens players don't think so. Back to Chris Joynt. To Cunningham. Loses the ball. Play on. Frano Botica picks it up. Little altercation there between the two Kiwis, Cooper and Botica. And a good, forceful, strong run by Cassidy. Gary Connolly coming more and more into this game now. Fire, looking for a hat-trick. Can he get away? Oh, Martin Fire almost away there. Like an electric eel, sliding and slipping his way through there. That's and Frano Botica, the man of the match. I don't think there would be much argument with that, Terry. I don't think there'd be any argument.
No, there'll be no argument with that. He's had a wonderful game. He's made a lot of breaks, and once and forever, he's always reliable with a boot.
Bobby Goulding. But St Helens battling to the end. Joint. Both of these sides, I'm sure, will welcome the sanctuary of the warm bath. There'll be a lot of aches and pains and bruises at the end of this clash. But Wigan continuing on the Wembley trail.
I think, Ray, we've seen Wigan at their very best tonight. To score 40-odd points in such a pressure game, they've really switched into test match mode, and Saints haven't been able to keep with them.
I'm sure the treasurer at Backley, at the Mount Pleasant ground there, will be rubbing his hands at the arrival of Wigan. There's surely to be a full house there in the 5th round. The cup holders' record continues. A 37 successive cup round win since way back in 1988. Dennis Betts. They had a narrow escape at Central Park on Saturday, a 16-16 draw. The honours were perhaps with St Helens, but they proved their mettle tonight of the men in blue and white. No danger there to St Helens.
There's a well-judged kick here by Gary Connolly. He knows Knowsley Road well. He's an excellent Helens player, and the ball stops dead in goal, and Prescott's got to kick away for a dropout.
Ronald Botica collecting the ball, decides he's had enough. He's going to give Tuingamala a run. And well pulled down there by Chris Joynt. Mick Cassidy. He's had a very good game as substitute, Mick Cassidy.
He has. Mick Cassidy's one of the bright young players coming up in British Rugby League.
There is the hooter. Applause, I think, from all the fans, Wigan or St Helens. It's been a wonderful game. Shaun Edwards continues his magnificent cup run. Wigan still on the Wembley trail. St Helens and Bobby Goulding thought they had them on Saturday, but they certainly haven't had them here at Knowsley Road tonight. Ends all happily for the players. Martin O'Fire, his electric finishing. And Phil Clark, a driving force in midfield. Wonderful performance from the cup holders. They came here with the pressure on them. They are still the cup favourites. Still heading for an 8th successive Wembley. Bobby Goulding worked hard, but none worked harder than that man and skipper there, Shaun Edwards, in midfield. He was the driving force along with Botica, and O'Fire, the clinical finisher out wide.